AITA for lying to my wife about my son's job because he didn't want her knowing he works retail. My 51MY50F has said multiple times that she'd prefer death over working jobs like retail or food service. Not only that, but she's heavily implied, even though she tries to deny this by saying it was just a joke, that this principle extends to how her kids, nieces, nephews should feel about those jobs, and how she thought she'd die if they found themselves in that circumstance. She knows nothing about the current labor market because she's a som who grew up with a hospital executive father and a mom whose family owned a boutique hotel, a lot of successful restaurants. I myself know very little about the job market because I've been a doctor at the same hospital for my entire career, and worked weekends for my Mills family before that, mostly to prove to my in-laws I had good work ethic. My son supposedly did everything right. He's 28 and has a CS degree, went to a flagship state school and got good grades and internships. He was laid off from a Bay Area tech company 2 years ago. He has a very difficult relationship with my wife, and has been on and off with not speaking to her, but says he could never cut her out completely because he loves her. My other son is a dentist and my daughter is in her first year working in family law. My wife later got a master's degree but never used it. However, education is very important to her. My 28-year-old told me not to tell his mom that he was laid off. So I did not, because I know that my wife would say that he should be swimming with offers as a CS major, and that if not, he was putting employers off. I am also going to tentatively give him the benefit of the doubt that the market is as bad as he says it is, that people who say you need to put in thousands of applications or you're doing it wrong are in the right. Long story short, he got a job at Starbucks a month after being laid off. He then got a retail job 3 months later, and as of right now, he's in a more managerial position there. He hates it and wants to get a tech job. He's sent me dozens of automated rejection emails, screenshots of his application lineup, etc. Even though he took a job where he didn't expect his mom or her friends to shop, the inevitable happened. A friend of a relative ran into him and mentioned it to my wife. She freaked out, and knew from my reaction I knew all along. So she blew up at me and my son. My son hung up on her after she said he needs to move home and apply to corporate jobs full-time. He said he'd die before living off of her money. My wife started accusing me of giving her a panic attack and admitted she was heartbroken. I led her to believe my son still worked at the large tech company. She then said lying was wrong, and what's even worse is we had more than enough money to support our son being unemployed. Yet I choose for him to work retail and not tell her. AITA for keeping a secret because I knew it would happen.